Hey guys, welcome to this week's new episode of the Blown Fuse podcast. If you are new here, the Blown Fuse podcast is a shorter styled podcast that covers the week's latest tech news. Consider subscribing or following on whichever platforms you are listening on so that you don't miss out. Let's get into this week's tech news now. Alright guys, so let's get started with Apple. They had a pretty heavy week because of the spring-loaded event. If you want a full coverage of that, head over to my YouTube channel, Mercy Man. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll leave a link in the description below. So, first off, we have new Colored Imacs. They come in 7 different colors. They have a 24-inch screen now, a quite thin overall body shape. And the biggest thing, obviously, they have the M1 chip inside, the same as the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air, as well as the Mac Mini. And funny thing is, they still didn't get rid of that huge bezel or space at the bottom. And now they made those black bezels that we used to have white. So they're quite prominent. Very bold choice on design. But at least they included a 1080p camera, which makes it a little bit better. And now in terms of pricing, it's $12.99 in 4 colors for the 8-core CPU and 7-core GPU version, as well as the normal keyboard, and $14.99 for the iMac in 7 different colors with the 8-core CPU and GPU and the Touch ID keyboard. And yes, they added a Touch ID Magic Keyboard now. Next up, Apple also announced a new M1 iPad Pro. That's right, you heard me right. M1 iPad Pro. So obviously it has the M1 chip, a new Liquid Retina XDR display similar to the Pro Display XDR for HDR content, 5G, and quite a few other things that are small that you can see on the full video on my YouTube channel. In terms of the pricing of these iPads, the 11-inch is at $799 and the 12.9-inch is at $1,099. And next up, there's more stuff still to cover. 2 more things. AirTags, we've been waiting for these forever. Use the Find My Network to find keys and pretty much anything you attach them to. They're customizable and they have accessories to attach to things, including Hermes accessories for $400. And for iPhones with the U1 chip, which is basically iPhone 11 and ahead, you have precision finding, so basically literally GPS locations inside your house, which is pretty cool. And pricing is $29 for 1 and $99 for 4. And finally, in the Apple spring-loaded event, final main announcement was Apple TV 4K updates. A 12 Bionic chip inside, can play HDR at a very high frame rate. You can also AirPlay HDR in high frame rates. Color balance feature to tailor settings so that stuff looks as good as possible. And Apple finally got rid of the horrible Apple TV remote that people complain about for quite some time now. It's a new remote with a full aluminum body, quite a bit thicker, and they got rid of that really horrible touch surface type thing and replaced it with a 4-button wheel thingy. And in terms of pricing, it's $179 for the 32GB version and $199 for the 64GB version. And you can also buy the remote separately to use with your old Apple TVs if you don't want to upgrade, which I think is pretty cool. And now let's get into some more Apple things that didn't happen necessarily in the event. Apple has hidden a braided USB-C to Lightning cable with the new iMacs. So in the box of the iMacs, they are giving new braided USB-C to Lightning cables, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I can't wait for Apple to start selling that because, as most of you probably know, Apple charging cables break quite often. Another thing is now you can extend your MacBook's Apple Care warranties beyond 3 years in the US. Pretty cool, definitely useful. Unfortunately, I don't think this is available outside the US yet, but hopefully Apple will bring that soon. And finally, a secret which was found on the Apple website is that now you can get the M1 Mac Mini with 10 gig Ethernet, which wasn't available before, and this is for a $100 extra price tag, but very well worth it. And honestly, a lot of people didn't buy the M1 Mac Mini because it didn't have this 10 gigabit Ethernet. Alright, moving on to Tesla now. Tesla had a pretty bad week, or let's just say it was a decently bad week. So there was a fatal crash while using full self-driving this past week. This happened in Texas, and now, okay, yeah, full self-driving, fatal crash, that might be possible. But the funny thing was, no one was in the driver's seat of the car. There was one person found in the passenger front seat and one in the rear. And now, this has gained so much social media attention that definitely something I wanted to cover in today's episode. So Elon Musk, kind of saying that the data logs were showing like autopilot was off, but then he's just like, maybe it's on. Regardless, he ended up claiming that autopilot was enabled. And now the very interesting thing is, some people ran some tests around and figured out that tricking autopilot to work without a driver in the front seat is very easy. All they did was buckle the seatbelt, add some weights to the steering wheel, and boom, they had a working full self-driving car with no one in the driver's seat, which definitely raised a lot of questions for Tesla. And we've yet to really see many responses from them, but if we do get any other information about this, definitely we'll cover it in a future episode. Alright guys, and so now we're gonna cover a story about Amazon One, and specifically their palm scanning payment technology, and they're starting to test this in Whole Foods and bring it a cashierless experience to Whole Foods now. They're starting to test this in Seattle, but they really want to speed this up and bring this to all Whole Foods pretty soon. Honestly, I'm pretty interested to see how this is going to play out. And I'm also kind of interested to see how employees are going to react, because there's probably a lot of jobs that would be lost if Whole Foods goes cashierless. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one to see. Alright guys, and now it's time for the tech deals of this week. Now I know the news wasn't that diverse this week, and it was pretty light and just concentrated on Apple, but regardless, deals are not really that case. But we are going to start off with the Apple deal. So the Apple MacBook Air M1 chip with the 8GB of RAM and 256GB SSD is going for $899 on Amazon and B&H. This is $100 off from the normally priced $999 MacBook Air. And now next up we have the Sony DualSense wireless controller for the PlayStation 5 going for $60, which is $10 less than the normal $70, and this is at B&H. Also, we have a Logitech C920S HD Pro 1080p webcam going for $70 at Logitech, eBay, Best Buy, and Office Depot, and this is normally priced at $85. Now I'm gonna say I have this webcam, and it's a pretty solid deal, especially since everyone at home, you guys should definitely check this deal out, or just generally checking out external webcams is a good idea, because you want to present yourself in the best way possible, and you can do that by getting a good quality webcam. And next up we have the Anker Soundcore Life Q30 Bluetooth noise cancelling headphones for only $63 at Amazon. It's normally $80, as well as there is a $4 clip coupon on Amazon. I'm gonna say this, Anker makes some pretty high quality products, and noise cancelling headphones, that to Bluetooth, for only $63 is a definite steal. And then we also have a Cooler Master MM720 wired gaming mouse for $27 at Woot, and this is normally $50, so this is a very big price drop. And in terms of a few more laptop and desktop deals, we have the Apple Mac Mini with 8GB of RAM and a 512GB SSD for $799 at Amazon, and it's normally priced at $860. Definitely another steal. We're finally getting to see sales on M1 things, which is very exciting. And if you're in the market for a new monitor and you want a gaming monitor or a high refresh rate monitor, you should definitely check out this 27-inch Gigabyte Aorus FI 270Q gaming monitor. This is a 4K monitor, IPS panel, 165Hz refresh rate with FreeSync for $401 at Newegg, and it's normally $500. The coupon code is GBAPR22. Again, I'll repeat that again, GBAPR22, so you guys should definitely check that out. Some more tech deals we have is you can get the Amazon Eero for only $60. Eero mesh Wi-Fi for only $60. The catch here is it is a refurb, but still guys, it's a certified refurbished from Amazon, and Eero is actually pretty new. This usually goes for around $80 new, but it's going for $60 as certified refurbished. So if you're in the market to upgrade your Wi-Fi, check it out. And now we have a few more deals I wanted to cover for this week. First off, we have the TLC Alto 8 Plus soundbar with subwoofer, Fire TV edition. And hear this out guys, this is going for 66% off at $70, and this is normally priced at $200, so this is a steal. Okay, it has Amazon's Fire TV 4K built into it, plus a subwoofer and the soundbar itself, and this is at woot.com. And also at Woot we have a Google Pixel 3 for $170. Now, if you don't already know, the Google Pixel 3 is a solid contender for smartphones with great cameras and a good feature set. So if you're looking for a new phone, the Google Pixel 3 is usually $400, but at 58% off you can get it for only $170 from Woot. Alright guys, and we got two more deals to cover for today. Another gaming mouse, the Razer's DeathAdder V2 Pro is $80 compared to the $130 that it is usually, and this is available at GameStop. So if you're looking for a high quality gaming mouse, you should definitely check it out. This has got 5 onboard profiles, 20K DPI optical sensor, and quite a nice look to it, as well as it's wireless, which is pretty important when you're gaming. And finally, talking about gaming and GameStop, let's cover our final deal for today, Cyberpunk 2077. And now you're probably just like, who wants to buy Cyberpunk 2077? The launch was horrible and stuff, but the game is actually pretty nice. Graphics are pretty amazing, and while there are some bug fixes that have to go through, this is still a pretty good game. And the fact that you're getting this for $40 at GameStop instead of the usual $60 makes it a pretty nice deal. So if you were looking for this, definitely go check it out. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Again, join us next week for another week of solid tech news. Again, my name is Akar Sharma, or Mercy Man. I'm your host on the Blown Fuse podcast. Please subscribe or follow on whichever platform you are watching this, and also share this with all your friends so that we can grow our community and we can increase the quality on these episodes. But yeah guys, that is all I have for this week. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is Akar Sharma signing off.